Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to cut up potatoes for seed. So you're going to cut them up to grow them in the garden or grow new plants. Now believe it or not, you can do this from regular old potatoes that you have in your cupboard. The only thing you need to make sure of is that they have what are called eyes. That are these little sprouts right here. So these are eyes, and each one of these can become a new potato plant. So this potato right here would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or maybe even more plants coming out of it. They look like a couple right there that could start, but for now 6. So all you need to do is cut them up like this. This one is already cut. You can see it's kind of getting calloused. What is important is that when you cut them up, you need to wait a few days to let them callus up, because if you cut them and bury them wet, they will start to rot. You need to let them harden and callus just like that. So here we go. We've got a nice knife here, and then really simply cut each potato just like that, and we're going to give that to be one, and then we'll let that be one. So now each of these, if you bury it like this, see how it's wet there? It's getting some moisture on it. If you bury it like that, they will rot. So you need to let them harden and callus. In addition, what that may also do is have these, like so for right here, they might generate even more eyes, and if you wanted to get more plants, you could cut them again after they have calloused up. Like for example, this could turn into an eye and that could turn into an eye. So we're going to take the gamble and cut it just like that to let that be an eye. We may even want to cut it in half to see if that turns into an eye as well when it calluses up. And then we've got one there, and we'll cut this one like this. So as you can see, from about 3 potatoes, look at all these. We can even cut this one right like that, because it doesn't matter how big they are. So that little piece is just as good as this big piece. And we'll cut this one right here. We'll chop this guy right like this. And then we'll get that guy like that. We could cut this in half if we really get ambitious, just like that. And then this one too, right here. Oh, and see, we lost one, so that wasn't worthwhile. But no big deal, because look at this. We've got all these potatoes. We're going to put these into a paper bag and let them harden up, callus up, so that this isn't so soft. It'll turn into kind of skin, callus up. And in about 5 to 7 days, these will all turn nice, and then you can bury them. When you plant them, you want to bury them in your row about 4 inches deep. It doesn't really matter whether this goes down or up. However, this is going to turn into the root of the plant, not the sprout. Potatoes are a root plant, so this is going to all be broken down into vegetation and food for the plant itself. So when you do, you can just simply take this, drop it in the hole, no big deal whether it's up, down, or sideways. It will correct itself and find where it needs to go. After they harden, you can plant them in the ground 3 to 4 inches beneath the soil, and you will have your very own potato plants.